Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Monday, July 28th, 2025. In this video, we're going to have the tarot cards help us take a peek at some chatter that's been in the news. And I'm speaking of President Trump's comments about a possible tariff rebate to taxpayers here in the US. Now, before we get too excited, let's do a little background here and know what we're talking about. On five different occasions, starting on July 15th, Trump has mentioned giving a rebate to the American taxpayers, saying that as of August 1st, when the tariff implementation is going full speed, the income from those tariffs is going to be such that while a majority of those monies can help pay down our national debt, he'd like to get some back in the hands of taxpayers. So we don't want to get too excited, but he has repeatedly said that he would like some of that money to get to ordinary taxpayers and couldn't we all use a little help, whether it's with utility bills or whatever it might be. So now, again, before we get too excited, let's talk about something else. While this is a Trump idea and plan, and it's got a lot of support, there is some opposition to it. And I've got two articles I'm going to have links to in the video description box. One of them kind of just mentions that the mainstream was immediately against it simply because Trump proposed it. It doesn't seem to be any fiscal basis to any of the cautions or concerns that are being expressed. It's just that partisan politics, it seems like to me as I was reading things over. But no matter what it is, there are limits to what President Trump can authorize, even using the executive powers that are at his disposal, because there's constitutional constraint to money that is distributed on a federal level, and especially Article 1 of Section 8 of our Constitution. So he is going to either have to have a special session of Congress or wait until they're back in session on September 5th to have this proposal. By September 5th, we'll have over a month of the tariffs being implemented. We can actually put some numbers to what is coming our way. And I think the timing for that would be perfect when they come back from recess because in late 2026, there will be midterm elections. They're not that close that it's too obviously a political ploy to do this. It seems to have a humanitarian basis, and that's wonderful. But it's also the midterms aren't so far away that members of Congress are going to be able to vote against this and not have some explaining to do to their constituents. So let's ask the universe with the tarot cards. If Trump can make this happen, using a portion of that tariff revenue that is expected to be flowing in almost as fully expected, there's a few trade agreements that may change or what have you, but August 1st is the day that it's fully implemented currently, and will he be able to successfully get some of that money back in taxpayer hands? Let's see what the universe wants us to know about it. Even with constitutional constraints that will make Trump's proposal to get some of the tariff income in the form of a rebate or some sort of a stimulus check, etc., into taxpayer hands has to wait till there's congressional um, action taken on it, approval. Will he be able to make this happen for American citizens? This plan to get some of that tariff income into ordinary Americans' checking accounts and pocketbooks, plus additional insights and information. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Four of Cups, Page of Cups, the Moon, Ten of Swords, the Tower. Oh my gosh, what a bottom row to see for going ahead. Okay, let's take a look at this and take it what I'm seeing. In the current, it looks like it is going, we're happy to hear about this news. It looks like he can make it happen, but just about the time the distribution happens, that's when we're going to get into some big tower events and big shakeups. I'm going to get four more cards and see what those might be, whether it's simply our financial system changing at the timing of this. Doesn't seem to be a connection. It's just warning. We've been told that in the near future, the tower moment is coming for the United States, and especially where we're asking about finances here. I tend to think that that's more what it's about. Let's see what the universe wants us to know, though. We've got another 10 with the 10 of Wands, the Magician, Justice, the Fool. One, two, three, four, five major arcanas uh, out of 11 cards pulled, and major arcanas are 28, I believe, 0.21% of the deck. So very significant here what the cards are trying to impart with us. And I apologize to the universe if I do a poor job of it. I'm doing the best I can here. Let's see what we've got. So we were told that about the time that distribution happens, that he makes it happen, and it's going to be a nice surprise, not a huge one. He's going to have a very reasonable amount he proposes to be sent to taxpayers. About the time that does, that's when we are going to have some big events happen in the United States. Okay. Um, Now, when I looked at here to see what was going on, what were these about? These are all fabulous, bright, light colored cards that are going to tell us that, these big changes are going to be significant for people who were part of the shenanigans crowd, etc. It may be an arrest or some prosecutions actually come to light. But about the time that distribution happens, so let's watch for it to be voted for, those checks to come out, and then watch your headlines because there's going to be some big events, some very big events that can't be glossed over or not reported on. And they are going to involve justice and moving forward in a much better way, a new path for the United States. This may be some of the announcement of some geographic boundary lines changing, financial system changing. It's interesting to see, but guys, once again, the Tower card has shown up for the near future for the United States, and I think that's kind of good to know. Short term, yeah, that's his plan to help families and regular taxpayers, and he's going to make it happen. But when it does, that's when it got interesting. I'm so glad I offered the universe, as usual, to give us some additional insights and information because boy, did they have a lot. So let's recap. We were discussing the recent comments that President Trump has made about getting some of the incoming tariff revenue into the hands of regular American taxpayers, those below a certain cutoff point in income. So that would be most of us regular Americans. And he can't do it on his own authority because of constitutional constraints. He's going to have to wait till Congress votes on it. They're in recess unless a special session is called. They're in recess until September 5th, I believe. So it won't happen immediately. But according to the cards, and we asked for, some information about could he make this happen, even with the constitutional constraints and the fact that no, he can't just do this by his own authority or by doing an executive order. There's a rule of law that has to be followed here to do it. And we just wondered, can he make it happen? Well, the universe was very informative. And the whole situation was the 10 of Pentacles, money. These are tangible goods, all income, all ages and stages of family life are represented. So it looks like the whole thing is kind of encapsulated here. The clarifier was the Knight of Swords, which talks about taking action, very much a white hat card. So in other words, plans that are positive and light filled. And the Page of Cups was front and center for the current, saying, yeah, we got a nice surprise coming our way. Not a huge one, but a nice surprise our way. Well, then it got interesting. I wanted to say, holy guacamole. Near future, we have the Moon card, which can be and it wasn't framed positively to give it any other connotations. This card indicates some disasters, some endings, possibly leaving the earthly plane, and definitely some lies and misdirection going on, which is standard fare for current events reporting, right? Because We have very few doing that reporting that are non-biased and just give us facts so that we can make up our own minds. However, next to that was the 10 of swords, which are an ending. And the sword suit is our thoughts and words and often indicates contracts, etc. And tens are always endings, sparking a beginning. Just hang with me here before you get too alarmed, okay? The tower showed up, giving us a little more information, and said, about the time those checks come out, hold on to your britches because there's going to be a lot of things happening. Now, I pulled four more cards because you can't just stop with that. First one that came up was the 10 of Wands. Tens again are talking about endings and new beginnings. And yeah, a lot of hard work is going to kind of be paying off or seeing some results. So you wonder, what kind of results? What kind of hard work? We have the Justice card and the Magician. They're going to make something happen on the justice front that people have been waiting for a long time, a long time. And it's all part and parcel of helping the United States as well as our world to move forward in a new direction with a lot more positive and light-filled events to be doing tarot reads about and to be happy we're part of and stayed alive for. So, yeah, that Tower card showed up again for the United States for the near future. It looks like the timing, we got a hint about that. Again, he's going, if and when this distribution of tariff rebate funds comes out, the timing is such, it's not going to be intended, but it's going to happen just about the time we see what this tower moment we've been getting the hints and clues about is. And I keep saying, regular people that aren't involved in shenanigans really probably don't have a lot to worry about. And care is always taken by the white hats to keep innocent human life as safe as possible and to have collateral damage be at a very minimum. But we know the opposition doesn't have that kind of care for innocent human life that we do. So, you know, head on a swivel. When we see that tower event unfolding, we're going to know that there are a lot of good people trying to keep as many people safe and out of harm's way as possible. And it's on us to do our due diligence to not be stupid and put ourselves in harm's way if there's a way to avoid it or just be cautious and careful. Not fearful, just cautious. Okay? So that's it for this video. It looks like the tariff rebates will happen. They're not going to be a major initial influx of money into the economy, but they are going to happen. And about the time they do, things are going to get very interesting. So that's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and your attention and appreciate each and every one of you. If you'd like, I'd welcome you to subscribe or resubscribe if YouTube canceled your subscription, to like these videos and share them. Appreciate you. If you're willing to receive it, I send you love, light, and I wish for you everything bright. Bye.